Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's been a while, but I'm back, and today we're taking a look at the Marshal. The Marshal is the cheapest sniper rifle in the game and a lot of fun to play with. Before we get into it, leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more content. Taking a quick look at the stats and the pros and cons, we can see that the Marshal has quite high damage, and one shot to the head is always a one-shot kill. It also has a 2.5 times magnified scope, which is a lot better than any other gun in the game except for the operator. The high damage means that one shot to the head is always a one-shot kill with or without armor, and a shot to the body does 101 damage and a shot to the legs 85, which is very high for any weapon in VALORANT. It also doesn't drop off after a certain amount of distance. It's all the way up to 50 meters, so you don't have to worry about hitting someone who might be too far away and doing less damage. It also has a magazine capacity of 5 rounds, which is more than enough to kill multiple enemies without having to reload. And maybe even most importantly, it has very high mobility, especially for a gun like a sniper rifle, meaning you can run around and sidestep quite often and do very well with the gun without having to just sit and stay still in one location. With that said, there are cons for this gun too, as with any gun, and you will find that the reload rate is quite slow. It isn't a semi-automatic rifle like the stats say, it's a bolt action rifle, which means it takes 1.2 or 1.5 seconds to reload after every shot, which is quite slow. Considering that it is a sniper rifle, it may not seem too bad, but when you compare it to a weapon like the Guardian, it really is very slow. Because of this, it's not a good weapon to use at close range. I mean, I wouldn't recommend using the Guardian at close range either, but it is a lot more viable. This weapon needs to be used at mid to long distances, and you really do have to aim for the head with this gun, because one shot to the head will kill them, but one shot to the body or legs won't, and you'll have to peek a second time after 1.2 or 1.5 seconds. Peeking a second time to finish an enemy off is always risky, especially with this gun and the delay that it has in between shots. Moving on to the aim, for the Marshal, it is a sniper rifle, so it works very differently to most of the other guns in the game, including the Guardian. Now, being a sniper, no-scoping is really not an option. You have to aim if you want your shots to be accurate at all, and no-scoping should only be done when really necessary if the enemy is right in front of you and you have no other option. So in general, you want to just hold a corner and aim down sight, aiming for where the enemy's head might appear. This is known as crosshair placement, so that as soon as they do come around the corner, you are already aiming at where the player's head will be, so you can just take a shot and kill them instantly. Now, aiming down sight, you'll notice a little red dot in the center of your screen. This red dot indicates whether or not your next shot will be accurate. If the red dot is there, your shot will be accurate, but if it's not there, it's because you're moving, and when you're moving, your shots might not be accurate, meaning they won't hit the target, they might just go in any direction. It's important that the red dot is always visible, so your shots will always be accurate. This means you don't want to move a lot while aiming down sight, and if you do, just take small steps at a time so it doesn't affect the accuracy or the red dot too much. A good tactic while aiming down sight to help you stay alive is to stand on one spot and move to the left or right ever so slightly, constantly, so it doesn't diminish your accuracy, but you do have a better chance of staying alive and quickly ducking behind cover if an enemy appears. This works because you're already anticipating an enemy coming around the corner at any moment. This can be a better tactic than just standing still and aiming down sight like a potato. It's easier said than done, but with enough practice you will get good at it. Something you'll have to learn if you want to do well with the Marshal is how to quickscope. Quickscoping is when you sidestep and aim in at the same time and quickly take a shot, killing the enemy before quickly going back into cover, before they get a chance to react. So to do this, you want to visualize in your head where the enemy will be before you pop around a corner, and then quickly pop around the corner and aim in at the same time. So as soon as your body is visible, you are aiming down sight, and as soon as you see someone, you just kind of take a shot at their head as accurately as you can. This does involve a lot of skill, but the more you practice, the better you will get. So don't worry if you have no experience doing this before. Just try and you will slowly get better at it, and eventually you'll be very good at it and it will just be easy to do. Going into the movement, the Marshal excels because of its high mobility, and this is one of the main pros of the gun. Using this gun gives you quite high movement speed, and that helps you stay alive and take quick shots before going back into cover. You can do this very often and take a lot of shots without being hit because of how fast you can be. To truly excel with this, you can combine this with the fact that you can quickly switch to your pistol or knife, giving you even more movement speed between taking shots. This means it can be a good idea to quickly take a shot, kill someone, and swap to your pistol or knife before running a short distance and swapping again. Jump right before you swap back to your Marshal to keep the high movement speed if you've been running with your knife or pistol. This is a very effective tactic and best used when rushing or trying to defend when enemies are coming from multiple places at the same time. You can cycle between your weapons to do this by using the keys 1, 2, and 3 by default, and I would recommend switching to your knife when you really need all the movement speed you can get. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and it helped some of you out there. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. It really helps me out and I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.